Championship predictions. Leeds to win it all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. We continue our rundown of the Football League. It is the championship time. There are 24 teams in this league. That's right, isn't it?
That's correct.
It's 24 teams. There are 24 teams in this league.
It's always an odd number.
And we are trying to recap all of them for you. 3 up, 3 down, and Ian takes into 24th.
Okay, it is my sad duty to give you the team that is going to finish bottom. Number 24, Charlton Athletic. I really enjoyed Charlton playing last year. They played one of the best games of football I've ever seen against Oxford at the end of last season. I really hope they do better than this 24th position, but I just don't see it. It's really their owner. He's an absolute idiot. Lee Bowyer left the club one day, came back the next day. It was all about because he wasn't going to pay him what he was worth. He continues to just not be interested, to just sell it, try and run things on the cheap. I just don't think they're going to be good enough, I'm afraid.
24th place. That is a theme, by the way. Poor ownership. We move into 23rd, and we have Wigan Athletic. Manager Paul Cook. They've managed to keep one of their top goal scorers in Joe Garner, but Powell's gone to Stoke. The most exciting thing I could find out about Paul Cook is he's an ex-Coventry player. They have a decent defense. They brought David Marshall in on goal after their loanee keeper Christian Walton left, but they are odds on to go down with a bookmaker, and they're odds on to go down with us. Wigan Athletic, 23rd. And 22nd, we have gone rogue. QPR are going down.
The Queen's Park Rangers.
The Queen's Park Rangers are going down.
No.
They're out. Also, interesting fact about Mark Warburton, at the end of his career, he played football in America, in Chicago.
Amazing.
Amazing fact. Most of their players have left. It's been a mass desertion. Bookmakers have them staying in 16th. We can't see it. We think they're going down. Last season, 19th. This season, 22nd.
Let us know, QPR, Wigan, Charlton fans. Let us know what you think. What's happened to your clubs? Do you think you'll be better than that? Let us know in the comments. Just keeping their head above water in 21st place is going to be Barnsley. Daniel Stendel is their manager. They were promoted last year. They were excellent last season when I saw them play. They were especially strong at the back, only conceded 39 goals all season. They have lost 2 of their key defenders, which isn't going to help them, but they have spent 900 grand, which is a lot of money for them, on Mads Joel Anderson, who's come in from a Danish club, hoping to fill the void. Luke Thomas has also come in for 1.2 million. And he's going to hopefully, alongside Alex Mowat and Moore and Woodrow, hopefully they'll have enough to just stay up. Moving on to 20th place, Birmingham City. Some people might think this is a little bit low, but they did only end up in 17th place because of a points deduction last season. I actually thought they were pretty good, but they've just been bizarre. Like Gary Monk, I thought was doing a good job. He's been sacked.
Yeah.
Pet Platet, like where has that come from? Like as an Oxford fan, I know this guy. He managed us for like half a season. It started well and then it ended very, very badly.
Yeah.
And now we've ended up with Robinson, so I don't know if we're better off or not. It screams of another case of just owners meddling in the football club. Jota has gone to Villa for 4 million, so that must sting a lot of Birmingham fans. Shay Edens has gone to Southampton for 15 million. So this leaves like a lot of money to spend on players, but it doesn't look like they've still spent any of it. Jutkovic is still their main man, but I think they'll struggle, but just be okay.
Leads into 19th place, Millwall under Neil Harris. Last season they were 21st. We have them improving by 2 places. He's entering his 5th year at the club. This is a solid club with a really good base. They're known for being well supported, which really helps them. They lost their top scorer to Stoke, Gregory. They shipped so many goals last year, it's painful. They're lucky the 3 teams below them were abysmal. Bookmakers have them in 20th. We have them in 19th, Millwall. In 18th, newly promoted Luton Town.
Congrats to Luton.
We think they're going to have an alright year. Hooray. Manager Graham Jones took over in May. Hooray. Once the club were already promoted, he oversaw their move up to the Championship. They were hands down cream of the crop in League One last year.
Yeah, new manager, Luton fans. Do you think he's going to be the real deal? Let us know.
They kept their top scorer from League One, who was also the top scorer in League One, James Collins with 25 goals. They've got to hope he scores in this league. Bookmakers have him a solid, if unspectacular 17th. We have him in 18th.
17th place is Huddersfield Town. Oh, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start with this. I mean, they were tipped to go down last season. I don't think they were expected to be quite as bad as they were. They only won 3 games. They won 3 games last season. This guy, Jan Siewert, he's only won one game in the Premier League.
How are they tipped to get back up?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know. I don't think you can go from being that bad the year before to being good.
They're not a championship team. They're a League One side.
Oh, it's a little bit harsh.
On Oxford.
But to be honest, I actually don't know what to expect for them. They've still got Moy, they've still got Mounier, they've got some good players there. More than anything else, just let us know, really, because this is where I've got them. We might be completely wrong.
17th place, Huddersfield. Yeah. Right, in 16th, Reading. Last season they were in 20th. We have them minorly improving, but still being pretty meh. Jose Manuel Gomez is in his second year in the job. They had an okay season. They stayed up last year, and that's really all they could do. Yaku Maita, their top scorer with 13 goals, has stayed on, which is always an important thing for a club at this level. They shipped goals for fun last season and went through 3 different goalkeepers.
They actually said they enjoyed it.
There's a celebration at the end about it. Bookmakers have them ending in 21st. We actually think they're going to do a little bit better because we really don't rank teams like Huddersfield, etc. So Reading in 16th. In 15th place, Stoke City. We basically have them finishing the year where they finished last year.
Yeah, I think this is one we slightly disagreed on. Did you not think they'd be slightly better?
No. Last season they were quite literally the epitome of basically mid-table, 15 points off relegation, 19 off the playoffs. Their top goal scorer scored 8. He stayed on, which is great, but 8 goals in the championship is nothing.
I think the manager helped them last. They didn't seem to make a good managerial appointment last season.
No. Their new one is Nathan Jones. Let's see how long he lasts. Jack Butland is still their rock at the back, but his stock is definitely down, and he no longer looks like an England regular. People think they're odds on to make the playoffs. I've gone rogue here quite clearly. Stoke City in 15th.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I thought they might be slightly higher. I didn't think they'd be pushing in the playoffs.
In 14th place, we have Nottingham Forest. Wow, Forest. Wow. How much do you hate your owner? Like, honest to God, he's a nutcase.
I actually heard, I know they got rid of O'Neill. I actually did hear quite a few Forest fans were quite glad that he left. Because
they went through 3. They went through 3. They went through Karanka, then they went to O'Neill, and now they got the incumbent Sabri Lamouchi. How long he lost is beyond both of our crystal balls.
I don't know who he is.
The ownership is nuts. They kept their top scorer, Lewis Graben, who had 16 goals, which is a pretty decent thing. Bookmakers have him in 12th. I honestly think they're going to be lucky to be mid to top of that.
Treading water as a football club.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Finally, I get to do one. 13th place, Blackburn. It's nice to talk about a club that's actually run well for a change, as opposed to just talking about bastard owners. Tony Mowbray's in charge. I think it's his 3rd year in charge. They had a good season last year, their first one back in the Championship. Solid squad. They did lose their goalkeeper, which is a bit of a blow. They've still got Dak, they've still got Graham, they've still got Mulgrew. They should be safe mid-table.
Blackburn in 13th. Hi guys, it's Tom here. I really hope you're enjoying the video. If you could please subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying it, that'd be great. Hit the notifications button so you can stay up to date on all the football news that we've got. Have a like, have a click. Please also follow our social media. I am very hot on that. Ian does nothing and it's all me. Again, please look at Grandstand Bettors. They are a fantastic tipster website that know a little bit more than we do. Please have a look in the description. We always timestamp everything. And now, without any further ado, let's get back to all the good stuff. Welcome back to the second half of this. We've got 12 more teams to do in the Championship. We are starting 12th place, Preston North End. Last season ended in 14th. We had them at just about the same place. Alex O'Neill is in his 2nd year at the helm of the Lily Whites. They've kept their 2 joint top... Oh no, they've kept...
How long did it take you to find their nickname?
It took ages, honest to God. Who knew they were the Lily Whites?
I didn't know that.
Tell us if you knew that. They kept one of their joint top scorers, Brown, but they lost Robinson to Sheffield United, which is a blow. They're about as good at the back as they are at the front. They had a goal difference of 0, which is not a common thing to see in football. So
yeah, middle of the pack, doesn't it?
Exactly. Bookmakers have them in 14th. They're the one team they expect to end exactly where they ended this year. We've got them in 12th.
Yeah, obviously we're filming this a few weeks before the season starts. Obviously there's time for new players to come in and loads to come in, so things might change for all these clubs.
Yeah.
In 11th place we have Hull City. Last season they were 13th. Manager is Grant McCann. They were very up and down. They're very streaky last season. Went on long unbeaten runs and then went on terrible losing streaks. Nigel Atkins was the manager, but he left because he said the board didn't share their vision. What does that mean? Who knows?
Get your crystal ball out.
They still got their main striker in Bowen, and I actually think they've made some good signings. Tom Eaves and Ryan Tafazoli. Sorry, terrible pronunciation. Should improve them, but they're still going to be in mid-table.
Fair. So that's Hull City in 11th. Now we've got Swansea City in 10th, managed by Steve Cooper. This is exactly where they ended last season. 9 points off a promotion place. They're still owned by an American ownership group that thinks that Bob Bradley is a good football manager. Come at me, the MLS. Come at me.
Bobcat Bob.
They basically broke even.
No,
sit down. They basically broke even. They scored 3 goals more than they conceded. Their top scorer, Oliver McBurney, who's a Scotland international, stayed. He scored 22 goals last year. This is a really good shot for them, but they lost James to Man United, and that is a huge loss.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people might like to see him in the Championship again, progressing. I don't know how much he'll play for Man United.
Well, you never know with Ollie. He's at the wheel. But we've got them in 10th. Bookmakers have them in 13th, but they're going to be mid-table or about there.
He's wrong, son.
This moves us into 9th in Sheffield Wednesday, who don't have a manager. Last season ended in 12th. We got them in 9th this year. Stephen Fletcher staying on with 11 goals. His best days do look behind him, though. No current manager. Chris Hughton is the current favourite to take the job from the Owls. They are expected to replicate their season almost exactly. Bookmakers have them in 11th. We have them in 9th.
Number 8 is Brentford. This is a club I really like as well. Manager is Thomas Frank. Obviously, Dean Smith left them last season, did unsettle them a little bit, which meant they probably didn't finish high as maybe they could have done. Could be another disruptive season for them. They do move to a new ground in December, which is exciting, but it could also mean that you go through that period where the side's not used to playing and every game feels like a away game kind of thing. Very talented squad. I like Neil Malpai, he's a very good player. They signed a player for Villa, Esri Konza for 12 million. Pontus Janssen, another good signing. Matthias Jensen for Celta Vigo, another good signing. Upper mid-table for Brentford. In 7th, we've got Derby County. Obviously, the big story was the worst kept secret in football that Frank Lampard would join Chelsea. I don't know why they ever tried to deny it was happening. Philip Cocu has come in. You've got to be concerned. I mean, it's very random appointment. I'm not sure where that's really come from. Obviously, they were beaten playoff finalists last season. They have lost some of their players that were good for them last season, like Mason Mount hasn't come back, Harry Wilson, Craig Bryson, David Nugent. They still do have a decent squad. They haven't signed too many new players. I'm just not sure about Cocu. It's an outside finish for them in the playoffs. It's outside the playoffs finish for them in 7th place.
And now it's time for the playoffs, baby!
Woo! And it's starting with me. And this might turn a few heads and raise a few eyebrows, but we've gone for Bristol City, who were 8th last season, and we think they're going to go a couple of steps further and get in the playoffs. I really like Lee Johnson as a manager. I think he's done a great job there. 13 million. Bournemouth came in and signed Lloyd Kelly for, so that's going to be a loss for them. They've spent on Daniel Bentley, they spent on Tom Callas and Jay De Silva. Really interested to see how Smolix goes, a guy they signed from Chesterfield. He's been a really good player in the lower league. Let's see if he can step up. Bristol, tell me about one of my own, Callum O'Dowda, Kidlington, an Oxford legend. Tell me, what do you think of him? I want to know.
5th place, Middlesbrough, managed by Johnny Woodgate. Last year 7th. We've got them sneaking into the playoffs this year. Tony Pulis was let go in May. They attempted to 1-0 the entire championship.
Oh, so boring.
It literally led to multiple fans going insane. No one was happy with it. No one outside of Middlesbrough was happy with it. Finally, they got rid of him. Is Johnny Woodgate going to bring a bit of flair to the north? Tell us, Middlesbrough, what do you think?
4th place is Cardiff, and we have them getting back into the playoffs, not getting an automatic spot. Obviously, they were relegated last season. Neil Warnock staying on is a big boost.
Is he wearing pants?
Oh, so we can but hope.
Championship predictions. Neil Warnock takes his pants off.
But we actually last season we thought he'd be one of the first managers that would leave in the Premier League. So he did really well. He quitted the whole club with all the bad things that happened last season. They quitted themselves really well. Yeah. They've still got a squad that's got a lot of proven quality Championship players. Bamba, Hoylett, Reed, Morrison. Tom's man crush, Etheridge, is still in goal.
He's on my computer. A little picture of him.
They've strengthened at the back with Flint and Volks and Curtis Nelson. Oxford's Curtis Nelson has gone there. Madness. Let us know what you think about him. And you'll be in the playoffs. 4th place. Final team in the playoffs in 3rd place is Fulham. Oh my God, another team that had a horrible season last season. They tried to spend, they did spend a ton of money trying to just sort of buy their way up the Premier League. It absolutely didn't work. They got rid of, went through 3 managers in the end, didn't they? We didn't work with Ranieri. Jukanovic, can't remember the name of the first guy.
Yeah,
I can't
no
even
one
remember.
remembers him.
No one remembers him now, but he did get them up. So now they've ended up with Scott Parker. Again, he's one of those managers. He's a bit of a mixed bag. He's an unproven manager. He's a Fulham legend, but you don't know what you're going to get. They still, because they spent so much money, they still do have a strong squad, and they've still got the nucleus of that squad that actually brought them up in the first place. They've still got Sessegnon, still got Mitrovic, which is very important, still got Kearney. I think all Fulham fans would like to see them play a lot more attacking football like they did when they finally went up, as opposed to the defensive style that Ranieri did. Gonna miss out just on automatic promotion, but they'll be third place.
Now for the final two, the
Bring us
promotion
home.
spaces.
Bring us home, Thomas.
In second place, Bromwich Albion, managed by Slavan Bilic. He's the new manager. It's a coup for them, ex-West Ham, ex-Croatia manager. Highly regarded, despite whatever happened at West Ham. Dwight Gale scored 23, Jay Rodriguez scored 22 last year. Between the two of them, 45 goals. This is a team firing on all cylinders. They're the second highest scorers. They did concede the most, though, out of the top 10. So it's going to be a bit tough. But with the goal scorers and the team they have, we think that they will take second place. Bookmakers say fourth, we say second, West Bromwich Albion. And in first, if you could not do the math, Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds. Last year in third after a calamitous end to the season. Spygate seemed to pull them apart. They're the best team.
I don't know about that. That happened early on in the season. I think they just seemed to have this really weird end.
They just fell apart.
Inexplicably
And then there was
games.
the own goal,
Oh yeah, that's
whatever.
a silly game against Villa.
But they're favourites from the league. They're the bookmakers' favourite. Kemar Roof comes back, 15 goals last year. They score from everywhere.
Oxford
They're
legend.
a good team.
We love you. Come back to Oxford.
They play good football, and so that's it. Leeds in first.
You like Bielsa, don't you?
I do.
You really like him.
He's a good manager.
He is a good manager.
He's a good manager.
But you, by all the Spygate thing, you like the fact he was just like, every team does it, get over it.
He was honest. How often is a football manager honest?
Exactly. Finally, Leeds United, you get back into the Premier League after what seems like forever. Your fans deserve it, you deserve it. Of course this is going to happen, because me and Tom have predicted it. And please do send us loads of comments for all of the teams. If you like the video, give us a big thumbs up, and we will be back soon for the one and only Premier League.